Once upon a time, in the lush village of Kijani, where the red soil smelled of earth and rain, and the palm trees swayed like dancers in the wind, there lived a young woman named Naya. She was the eldest daughter of the Balwa family, known far and wide for their wisdom, respect, and generosity. But Naya carried a burden that set her apart from everyone else. From a young age, Naya was different, not in spirit, but in body. She was immensely large, far beyond what the villagers considered ordinary. Her arms were thick and strong like intertwined branches, her belly round like a harvest basket, and her footsteps heavy enough to make the ground tremble. Children would point at her when she walked by, whispering words that cut deeper than knives. The village women were cruel in their own quiet ways. They whispered behind closed doors, hiding their laughter behind hands and shawls. "See Naya," one woman said, "a noble daughter, yet shaped like a calabash." "She'll never find a husband," another said, shaking her head. Even the young men, who were supposed to be playful and kind, were harsh. During festivals, while other girls twirled and laughed, Naya stood to the side, unnoticed, unwanted. Some would whisper loudly enough for her to hear. Who could ever carry this one? Even a strong bull would struggle. Every insult hit her heart like stones. Each whispered laugh felt like a thorn sinking deeper into her soul. Naya tried to smile, but inside she crumbled into smaller pieces each day. Her parents were desperate. Her mother cried at night, prayers and tears flowing together. Her father spent every coin visiting herbalists and healers. "Please," they begged, "help our daughter. Make her lighter. Make her acceptable to the world." Herbalists gave bitter roots to boil, leaves to chew, and oils to rub. They promised miracles. Yet nothing worked. Her parents even forced long walks every morning, reduced her food, and prayed to their ancestors for salvation. Still, Naya remained the same. It seemed as though her size was a destiny, written long before she was born. One day, Naya stopped fighting. She let go of the hope that the world would ever see her differently. She accepted her fate. No man would ever love her. No one would ever desire her. She would live quietly, painfully, and die alone. Yet inside her heavy frame, something delicate and radiant remained. Naya could sing. Her voice was pure and soft, sweet as honey, gentle as the morning breeze. When she sang, the pain inside her transformed into melody, floating into the air like fireflies. But she never sang in public. She hid her gift, fearing mockery or rejection. At night, after the village slept, she would sneak behind the goat shed. There, under the stars and moonlight, she let herself breathe. The goats paused their chewing, the crickets their song, and even the wind seemed slow to listen. She sang of longing, of pain, of dreams that would never come true. In those moments, Naya remembered that she was still human, still alive, still capable of beauty. Then came the Moon Harvest Festival, a night when the whole village celebrated under a sky illuminated by 1,000 stars. Drums beat loudly, palm wine flowed like rivers, laughter echoed across the compounds, and roasted meat filled the air with a scent that made everyone's mouth water. Naya stood at the festival's edge, invisible and ignored. No one invited her to dance. No one smiled at her. She felt the familiar weight of shame and isolation. Her heart grew heavier with each passing moment. Unable to bear it, she slipped away quietly. She walked past the last compound, through the rice fields, until she reached the palm grove where the moonlight turned the leaves silver. There, she spread her mat on the cool grass and finally exhaled. She sang, letting her soul speak in a language the world could not understand. Unbeknownst to her, someone was listening. A man named Karim, who had also left the festival, followed the sound. He found her there, bathed in silver moonlight, her voice floating softly into the night. He did not see her size. He saw her spirit, radiant and unbroken. "My name's Karim," he said gently. "I am a traveler. May I listen?" Naya hesitated. Her heart, so often broken, feared hope. But something in his tone, something unassuming and sincere, made her nod. Night after night, Karim returned. He listened. He respected her silence and her voice. Slowly, a bond formed, not of beauty or status, but of understanding. He loved her for who she was, not what she appeared to be. Under the full moon, he knelt in the soft grass, holding out his hand. "Will you marry me?" he asked, his eyes full of warmth and sincerity. Naya felt her heart tremble. She had never been asked to be loved like this before. With tears, she said yes. But happiness in stories often comes with trials. A famine struck the village. Sickness followed. Naya herself fell ill. When she recovered, her body had changed. She was slim, beautiful, by the village's narrow standards. Suddenly, attention poured in. Men she had never seen before came with gifts, compliments, and promises. Wealthy men, powerful men. She was desired, and with desire came pride. She looked at Karim's simple clothes, his modest means, and compared him to the wealthy suitors. Her heart, once humble, swelled with vanity. "You met me when I was weak," she said coldly one day. "I can do better now." Karim's eyes filled with quiet sorrow. He walked away without protest, leaving her to choose her pride over true love. Later, the truth came to light. Karim was not merely a traveler. He was the lost prince of Zurico Kingdom. She had rejected a king, a man who had loved her unconditionally when no one else would. Then came the selection festival, a grand event where suitors were chosen and marriages arranged. Naya's pride had blinded her, but fate had its own plans. During her isolation, her body returned to its former size, even larger than before. On the festival day, the suitors arrived, curious and hopeful. One by one, they left, unable to accept her now. She stood alone, surrounded by whispers and judgment. Then Karim appeared, this time in royal attire, dignified and commanding. His gaze fell on her with the same quiet warmth, but also disappointment. "I loved you when the world could not," he said softly. "But you chose pride over truth." He turned and left. Forever. Naya later married a man who desired only her land, not her heart. She lived in wealth, but never in love. At night, she sang to the moon, her songs heavy with regret and sorrow. Years later, she heard that Karim had married a simple woman with a kind heart. Only then did Naya understand the truth she had ignored. Beauty fades, bodies change, but genuine love is rare. She had rejected the one who saw her soul, the one who loved her when no one else did. The elders of Kijani tell this story even today, not as a tale of shame, but as a lesson. Never reject the one who loved you before the world pretended to. Remember Naya, and choose better.